Are you okay, Ahsoka? Are you okay? I'm not. Who is this other woman?
That's right.
Lux, you belong with me. So, hello everyone, and welcome back. Storm here.
Mom here.
Kimmy here.
So, loving the arcs. I mean, they're all so different, the story arcs in this show, and they're so great. And I'm really enjoying this 5th season so far. We're really early into it. We didn't see the first episode yet because we're watching in chronological order. And we're on episode 3 today of season 5, Front Runners.
Oh, front runners.
What do you think that means, guys?
Front runners. Oh,
People literally
the
writing
rebels are going to be the front runners of this new ploy that Lux is starting. How are they going to
Well, I
get
see
into
Lux and that leader guy from last episode, and
The
they're
wannabe
looking
leader.
at the wannabe
Yeah.
leader, and they're looking at probably a plan of theirs and trying to figure out what they're
might
going
be
to
a
do.
map.
Yeah, let's
Something.
see. Yeah.
I feel bad for Ahsoka because she is such a mature person. I love how far she's come from
Hasn't
the
she
first
matured?
season.
Yeah,
greatly?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but she is hurt and doesn't know. I mean, she is being good. She's in her place where she knows she's a Jedi and she can't have a relationship with Lux, but it still hurts her, you
Oh,
know.
sure
So
it
I'm
does.
wondering if that's
Yeah.
going to have a conflict in this one with Stella. Stella!
Stella.
I'm going to steal that away from you. Steal him away from you.
Yeah, so shall we just get
That's
into
right.
this and we'll talk after?
Yes.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Just saying. I love my Darksaber. I hope no Mandalorian kills me for it because they will win. Okay, so 5:03. Da-da-da.
With the help of the Jedi, the rebels escaped capture and infiltrated the heavily fortified city of Isis. Despite the
Zebra.
absence of civilian casualties, public fear has ensued as reports of the rebels' daring strikes circulate throughout the city.
Your identification failed.
That's not possible.
You are coming with us.
Hey.
Pretty darn good.
Nice.
That should give King Rash something to think about.
I'm sure you've gotten his attention.
Dentup has been summoned and awaits your order, my lord.
What about the terrorists?
They've attacked a checkpoint near the canal and 2 droid patrols. One
Like a
more
Roman.
thing, my lord. The royal carriage was ambushed.
Get my predecessor in here.
There's something mean to him.
Engaging with extremists is beneath you. Do you really want your crown back that badly? Your supporters are responsible for terrorist acts against the kingdom and our allies. Call off the attacks.
Cannot call off what I did
Gonna
not
blame
dictate.
someone that doesn't do it.
This guy's, ooh.
It is you
Jeez.
So he's gonna make him
by ending the droid.
Don't
responsible.
Good. Everyone's joining in.
Your success will not go unnoticed.
I agree, but we need to be mindful of public perception. Judging from the reactions I saw today, I'm afraid they will mistake your intentions.
The people need to believe we can succeed. Without their support, our efforts are meaningless.
If they're afraid, they won't support us. We need to assure them of our intentions.
They're afraid we're not strong enough to win. We need to earn their trust.
Perhaps if we hit something big, give a show of strength, they will overcome their fear and join us. I know the perfect target.
Thanks a lot.
Ahsoka will remain here as an advisor. Monitor them and report back with their progress.
Remember your purpose.
Yes. Good words.
This power generator feeds substations across the city. We hit that, the entire grid falls. And then it will only be a matter of time until the droid army is brought to a standstill. Hey, Clanker.
Hey. You don't have a head.
Yeah. What happened?
We can't sustain combat.
It was
against
too
their numbers.
easy.
But our size makes us perfect for mobility and surprise. We need something with heavy firepower who use their own weapon against them.
Bring the droid army to its knees.
Fingers crossed again. Sounds like a good plan.
Remember the plan. We attack this patrol, and hopefully they will call on a tank for backup.
Oh no.
Nice.
Patrol 118 to Central.
Come on and kill him.
Okay, good.
We've been ambushed by terrorists and need reinforcements.
You just let him finish.
Whoops.
Let's hope they send a tank.
Oh.
We're not gonna last unless we take out those destroyers. We have to get behind them. Let's go.
Okay, make it work. Nice.
You went too fast. He was agitated.
Just.
And then
Nice
calm.
and slow. Nice and slow. Good.
I've never seen a destroyer taken out that way before. We all have to adapt.
They're really good.
Jeez.
Good teamwork. I don't know. Out in the open. They're doing so well, like something really bad's gonna happen.
Yeah, right.
Let's get this thing up and running again.
Do you know what you're doing?
Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Just give him some time. Just
You
gonna...
boys having a problem? We need to get moving.
Hey, who put you in charge?
Stop arguing, you're out in the open right now.
Argue.
Tank hotshot. This needs a woman's touch.
Fine. Couldn't have done it better myself.
Oh,
That's the
jeez.
truth.
Well, that's good. She
Yeah.
gave him the realm. The helm.
Oh, that's a cool pose right there.
Yeah, right.
He was Ahsoka on the other side. Oh yeah.
A sniper. Get her. Roger, roger.
Nice. Take them all out.
She's phenomenal.
Oh.
Oh, from behind too.
Look, we have reinforcements.
Uh-oh.
Do you?
Get down from there.
This is fun for her. Thank you.
That's funny.
Ugh. Wow.
Excellent.
No,
Nice, yeah.
Wow.
Looks like all that training is paying off.
it's good.
Yeah, what a wonderful job they did.
This loss will work for us.
Really?
Oh, great. He's gonna end here.
Uh-oh, they're gonna kill the predecessor.
Will work for us.
Switch to infrared.
Ah! I love those weapons.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We must celebrate.
With pleasure.
Oh.
What happened there?
She's like, oh, that's fair.
Oh. You'd say, huh? Oh, no.
Remember what I told you about staying focused.
I can't help it, Master.
I understand.
Totally.
Remember,
Sure he does.
purpose ahead of your furies.
After tonight's efforts, the people will be ready to follow. You will need a leader for them to rally behind.
Ooh, which
Yeah.
three now, really?
Yeah.
I thought I could trust you to rule Onderon.
Die.
Find this report most disappointing. I not only send you better droids, but a better general. I assure you he will succeed where you have failed.
Oh.
Boy.
All in favor of Steel as our leader. Raise your hand.
Ah. See, okay, that's an even better choice.
That's great.
Yeah.
He's my brother.
I knew it.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh.
I knew
Oh, it's
it.
his brother. Okay.
Because before I thought that too, and I was like, wait a
Yeah.
second. But then at the end, I was like, oh, maybe they do have something going on. I like how they keep showing these like subtleties of, okay, well, who's like in this kind of relationship? Not that it's about the romance, but just like friendship, sibling.
Yeah.
If they're siblings, or like, is there some kind of crush going on, and just camaraderie, and so they kept doing these little subtle hints throughout this whole episode.
Yes, especially in the cockpit of the tank where he let her go in there, and as soon as she finished, she let him back in. As soon as she started it up again, she let him back in. So that was a good hint.
Yeah.
So
I like that, and honestly the last 2 episodes were a lot of fun, and I noticed that we were really quiet. Usually, when you're watching on YouTube with our fair use reactions, it's only 10 minutes, and a lot of things we watch are, well, they can go anywhere from 20 minutes to 3 hours or more. But we really are quiet for the most part during most shows and movies.
We were really engaged with this.
Yeah, and in this one we were more, we're usually engaged, but we were more like, whoa, because serious episodes we tend to be quieter with, because there's a lot more going on usually, and you're not laughing a lot. And this was pretty intense. It was straightforward. I was expecting twists, and I kept like trying to guess what was going to happen. I thought someone was going to get shot, because you always have risks in every episode we see with with anyone, but with clones and with droids. If there's some kind of new weapon that we're introduced to, or just a new mission, usually one person you have to see die, so oh crap, this is a real dangerous situation. So I was waiting for one of them, especially when they were at the tank and on top of it, and it was quiet, like they won that battle. And I was like, one of them's going to get shot, because they're out in the open, their guard's down, and they're trying to fix that tank. So I thought Stella was going to get it, or Stella. Sorry, you're saying Stella. Yes. But I thought she was going to get it. And I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe her brother's going to get it. And I'm glad that they were able to get through all that. That was awesome to see them really get through what they wanted to do, show the people that, we have to stand up for each other, that we can do this. And, they were powerful enough to do it on their own with their group.
They really were. It
That's
was
a
very
good thing.
impressive.
Yes, definitely.
So I love that for the people, and for the right reasons too, because I know you can really get into politics with that, but there are certain things that, like in this case, where you have these tyrants, they took over completely, and I like how the king looked like a Roman guy, like he had like, he's like Caesar or something, and he's just like a nasty king who like can't even
and I
protect
thought the
his
twist
own.
was going to be he was going to kill the predecessor just to prove to the people, if you don't abide by my ruling.
Yeah, like afterwards, and be like, haha,
there's
who
going to be
knows?
more. It's going to be you guys next.
Yeah, I thought they might have killed him like right at that moment when we first saw him, because he looks like frail and nice, and like he was a good king, but he was just overpowered, and he has a lot of wisdom, and I'm like, oh, they're going to kill him in front of us just to show like how bad this other king is. But I'm glad they didn't do that.
Yeah, me too.
That would be cool in a perfect scenario if they get rid of this new king and then he goes back.
That robotic general is coming in.
That's right.
So that's not going to be good. They always have upgrades, which I guess he needed war, and the separatists and that side just, they always have like the latest technologies when it comes to weapon droids, and so I'm sure that guy's going to be very lethal. And I love Ahsoka with Anakin and with Obi-Wan, but in this case it is so cool. I love seeing how independent she is, where she is now leading them, or making sure, like an advisor and stuff, making sure that they're good, because again, like Obi-Wan keeps saying, they have to learn to defend themselves in order to survive. Otherwise this will keep happening, and or they'll all die off or something, or just be slaves. But I'm glad that she is with them right now, and she is starting to see that, not that she's letting go, but again, she's still mature enough to not fully accept it, but trying to accept what it is. And Lux, he has all these friends. It doesn't mean more is going on, but now it seems like there might be. And I love how Anakin is really in tune to that. And he opened up a little bit to her and said, no, I know how you feel. Because Ahsoka was like, really? Because she doesn't know about Padme. Like, she has a close relationship with Padme.
Unfortunately, he's saying in front of the whole group. They could all hear him.
That's right.
You can't really hear us. That's a cartoon, but like a show. So sometimes you know how characters will talk on the side, and like you don't really, no one else is aware of what they're saying. So hopefully,
and they were celebrating, so maybe they didn't hear.
Yeah, we're drinking. We don't care. We're so down. Woo! But I love, again, I know Anakin's more like a brother to her, but I really see him as a father figure the last 2 episodes, where he really, and a big brother can do that too. But it's just very mature of him to say that, although he contradicts it because he totally
do as I say.
Right, because exactly, because he's married, and he's fully obsessively in love with Padme, which understandably so, but being a Jedi goes against the ways, and he is very hot-headed and obsessed with stuff. I am happy, though, he can guide Ahsoka in that way, though, and be like, you gotta stay focused, especially now that she's on her own right now. She needs to hear that, and I'm glad they have an honest relationship where she's like, yeah, I am distracted, and it is hard or something to have feelings for someone, or not exact, but, you know, close to what she said. And so I really enjoyed that.
And Steela is the leader.
I'm glad. That's actually cool.
You're surprised, Yes.
And just to say, not that anyone's ever said this, but, you know, we don't have a lot of guys on the channel ever. I have a lot of guy friends, and Tom is now on the channel, which is great. I love that. But it's always women, you know, just the 3 of us usually. And even with our second group with Nicole and Lee. So it's like a lot of women on the channel. I'm happy that Steela was voted leader. I think that was great. And I don't want to always say, oh, because she's a woman. I don't see it like that. I think she's a strong individual, and because her brother
pulled her weight.
Yeah, and her brother Lux kept butting heads and you know, always arguing, and they both have really good points. And she always agreed and was open-minded, listening to both of them, and then would come up with something like kind of neutral for both of them.
Yes.
So she was like a really good choice for that. And I was like, well, maybe Lux will get it before that happened, before the voting or whatever. But I'm really happy that Steela got it. That was good.
Yes, and I'm glad that Lux handled it perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Where you see her brother didn't. And that's why he wasn't chosen, because he just sees his way. He has opened up a lot. I mean, they worked very well together in this.
I was amazed at how well that plan went. I was like, oh, it does sound a little bit too easy. And I was going to joke when you said that, Kim, because I was like, there's only 20 minutes. That's the whole time we have to go. But it's true. Like, you have to rip a head off a droid. Like, that was smart to pull it. But, like,
and it was so funny how that is the way they infiltrated and took down the entire city.
So any droid has that information, so you can just rip a head off. So they just have to really think of their security system and not have that.
Head off. Someone just removed it.
But he's just freakishly strong and was able to rip off his head. And I don't know. Yeah, so maybe after this they'll learn and not, you know, have that kind of information in the droids, but you need to have that, I guess, so they can guard it. I don't know. So that is a good point, but I am glad they were able to do it.
Just what they're programmed to do, just for what they're supposed to do. Learn.
And we kept seeing, like, certain things that they were training with the rebels, and they actually were really succeeding in that. That was fun as well. And actually working as a team, because the last episode, they were arguing a lot and couldn't get it straight. So they did learn a lot from the Jedi. And really becoming independent, which is great. And the people also speaking up and now seeing that it is possible to take it back.
Freedom. We can get it back.
Freedom!
That's right.
Like Mel Gibson.
Yes. That's right.
That's right.
I love that movie. So thank you guys so much for watching. Can't wait to watch more. And we'll see you very soon as always. Bye, guys.
Bye.